Well, so much for the idea that you don't remember anything that happens at a graduation ceremony. Well, I'm going to have to build up Heath after that, but it doesn't really take too much to do that. Heath, like Ray, has shined throughout his Scheimer career. He's qualified for the Dean's List every semester he's attended, and he's highly respected by all of us on the faculty, I'm sure all the students, for his acumen, his insight, his hard work, and all his academic achievements. But I think what makes Heath really special is that he's equally respected for his great commitment to the college in the non-academic aspects, particularly in the last year when his commitment was sorely tested in every respect, and he rose well beyond the call of duty, for which we're all, I'm sure, tremendously appreciative. Heath is a very special young man. I believe that there are no limits to his potential to succeed and excel in any field that he chooses to enter. And I'm really looking forward to hearing from you, Heath, and I hope you're not going to dance. Heath Iverson.
Actually was going to break dance for all of you, but we'll skip that. Thanks, David. I appreciate it. Hi, everyone. In my last week as a Scheimer student, I've thought a lot about how to express what my time at the college has been like, and how to describe how the education I have received has affected me. To do this, I want to share my thoughts with you after the fashion of Scheimer tradition, and one last time, talk with you all about a book. When I came to Scheimer in the winter of 2007, I was enrolled in Andolinko's Social Sciences 2 course, one of the core courses here at Scheimer. And one of the first texts we read in that class was Plato's Republic. And like any great book should, the Republic simultaneously challenged, disturbed, and inspired me. Earlier this year, I was able to revisit the Republic in my Integrative Studies class with Eileen Buchanan, who it's really good to see here today. Hi, Eileen. Reading the Republic this time around, I was struck by one point in particular. In its second book, two Athenian youths come to Socrates and ask for his help to define and defend the idea of justice. Socrates agrees to aid the young men, and the method he proposes to help answer their question is one of the most significant in all of philosophy. The polis, the city or the community, is bigger than any one individual who inhabits it, Socrates says. He suggests, therefore, that if we can determine what the just city looks like, we might also understand what the just individual is like. Now, that the individual reflects the nature of their community, and that the character, organization, and values of the polis shape the character of its citizens is a powerful notion. It's also one that helps me think about my relationship to Scheimer. I'm certain I'm not the first to suggest that Scheimer is something like a Greek polis with its students, faculty, staff, and alumni like its citizens. I'm also certain that anyone who has encountered Scheimer can attest to the profound sense of community that pervades the college. To be sure, Scheimer is very different from what Plato calls his city in speech, his republic ruled by a philosopher king or queen. Nonetheless, I believe that the foundations cherished by the Scheimer community would be recognized by the Greeks of Plato's Athens. Indeed, these ideas can be traced back to Greek concepts. So let's consider these concepts, so fundamental to our community, our own little polis, and hopefully we'll be able to understand what it means to have been a student and citizen of Scheimer College. Praxis. The Greek for active practice leading unto action is the first foundation upon which we build our polis. Scheimer's motto, to serve rather than be served, expresses the college's commitment to an active rather than passive engagement with the world. We see this commitment to praxis in our students and faculty who volunteer for food drives and to help the working poor on the south side of Chicago. We see it in students who dedicate their summers to working in various social service programs. Likewise, we see praxis in the remarkable dedication shown by Scheimer's citizens who participate in the governance of the college, in its assembly and its committees, where they rise to the extraordinary expectation that they take responsibility for the destiny of their academic institution. Out of principle and necessity, Scheimer's citizens have realized time and time again the importance of action. Only action preserved the college in 1978, when to avoid bankruptcy, dedicated faculty and students moved the college from Mount Carroll to Waukegan. And this year, Scheimer students demonstrated the same dedication to act, braving the cold and snow, this time outside the doors to this very building, where they gathered with tremendous dignity and solidarity to defend Scheimer's commitment to active citizenship. From this foundation in praxis, I have learned the importance of actively engaging the world. I have learned that those who counsel apathy or a retreat into the mind are misguided. I have learned to have faith that with perseverance, it is possible for my deeds to have real and consequential effects on the world. Most importantly, I have learned how to act together with others, with you all, my fellow citizens. And I can't imagine a Scheimer without this commitment to praxis. But I would like to add another Greek term alongside praxis in the edifice of our polis. This term is logos, meaning word or reason. Logos is central to what we do at Scheimer, where we come together around the great books, a collection of written words. They form the core of our shared intellectual tradition. Through this written logos, we explore the complexities of the human experience through the words of Homer and Sappho, or James Joyce and Virginia Woolf. Through logos, we question how to responsibly behave with other people, with the aid of Aristotle, Karl Marx, and Mary Wollstonecraft. Meanwhile, through the words of Lucretius and Galileo and Jane Goodall, we continually marvel at the wonders of our natural world. But in addition to these written words, there's the spoken word. Around the 8-sided tables of our classrooms and beneath the spires of Oxford, in countless late-night conversations among friends, Scheimer's citizens continue the Socratic tradition of dialogue, of mutual discovery through spoken conversation. The spoken logos is essential to the Scheimer community. These conversations with facilitators and friends form an invaluable part of my Scheimer experience, and I owe a debt of gratitude to all of you who have shared your words with me. Sometimes your words have frustrated me, and sometimes they have led me to profound epiphanies. They've always taught me. Scheimer's Foundation in Logos teaches all of us to appreciate the gift of words. Scheimer has taught me to speak, how to express ideas and feelings that I know I couldn't have expressed 4 years ago. Scheimer has also taught me how to listen, to hear the words of the great minds that speak to us across the ages, and the words of the people who share the world with us today. This kind of commitment, this kind of attention to our words requires patience, generosity, and understanding, and these are values that Scheimer College has in abundance.